smart Bluetooth device like a smart scale but cannot get it integrated with Home Assistant. If you have an ESP32, you are in luck. Using Home Assistant and ESP Home and a little bit of effort, we can integrate your device and make it smart. We'll open up two terminals. Move one over to the side so that you can view both of them. And now in this one, write sudo btmon. As you can see, it has popped up. And now in this one, I want to write another command, which will be sudo hci tool le scan. And now I'll just paste it into this thing. This happens sometimes when you're on Raspberry Pi Connect. It puts all of these weird symbols. Once you've done this, start this command, and you can see it has popped up on btmon and sudo hci tool scan. Now what I'll do, I'll step on my scale. Since my scale is a Bluetooth LE device, it will only advertise once I step on it. As you can see, all of these devices these are not my scale. As I know, it's a BT device. So once I stand on it, I will get this MAC address. I know this MAC address is from my scale now. You will also get this data. We will view this later. So first of all, you can just stop all of these, and then you want to paste in the command containing using btmon and also containing the particular things you want. So for example, it will be this command right now. So this I am running sudo btmon grep and then -10a. So what this will do, it will only get the commands from only my particular MAC address, which is my scale. So firstly I will run this. And now I also want to run sudo hci tool le scan, and this it will not affect this now until I step on my scale. So I'm going to step on a scale once, and you can see this is the data we have gotten. So first of all, just to remember, you want to write the weight you had gotten. For example, I had gotten 48.44 kgs. I'll write, and then I'll enter this. So this will come back to later. Now what you want to do, you want to rerun this command and then get another weight which is not that weight which you previously measured. So I've gotten the weight, and now you first of all, one other thing you have to do, you have to remove this and then do this again, and this latest data once again you have gotten. This is the next weight. So I know the weight I had gotten was 11 kgs. I just write it is around 11 kgs. 11 kgs. And just to confirm, once more we will do another test weight. What I'll do, first of all, I'll start this btmon command once again, and also start this once again. So just do sudo hcl good, and then I'll do another test weight. And now once it's done, you will see another one of these. So this is the next thing, and I had gotten 18.17 and kgs. Now this is very valuable information. Now we'll transfer this over to an LLM so that it can easily decipher and we can find out what these strings actually mean. So now I have opened the LLM and I have fed the information. Let's see what it gives us. And now it will start thinking and decipher the code. So I've given it two pieces of information. So it's sending, it's in the big endian. So we have successfully gotten whatever the weight is telling us. So we'll just ask it once. Can you tell the formula? Just I'll ask it once. and it tells us whatever was the result. So now we have gotten the formula, and now so this is the YAML I have written. Optionally, you can generate it via AI, but I think if you want to learn it, it's better. So first of all, you can do ESP Home. This will define the ESP Home platform, and then you can give the names. This name is the actual name, and this will be the friendly name which will show up in Home Assistant. This is defining the this is the new part of the API, but it will tell the platform definition here, and then it will show all of these Wi-Fi and configurations. You have to write your Wi-Fi name here and password here. This is an access point or a fallback hotspot in case the main Wi-Fi will fail. This is for easier setup of Wi-Fi fails. This is for logging, and API for the Home Assistant API. If you want to give encryption, you can also do that. But if it's at home and you're in a private Wi-Fi, it does not matter that much. And then public Wi-Fi, and which means that it's hosted in your home only. And then if you go to OTA, this is telling for over the air updates. This is what it means. And then this is yeah. So this is the web server we are hosting. This will be for basic debugging. It's optional if you don't need it. If you want this, it's fine. And then this is the main juicy part. So first of all, we have to see here scan parameters, interval, window, and active true. So this tells in 101. This is yeah, 1,100 milliseconds. It will each it will scan every 1,100 milliseconds. And now on BLE advertises for Bluetooth, it will search for this MAC address and then loop through all of the manufacturers. So when I had originally like in the code, once we were just searching in BT1, a lot of useless information was there. So first of all, we are removing that. We are just checking the data size is 13. We are extracting the data. First two bytes big Indian, and we are we are finding it out in float. We are converting it to kg, and then we are status byte. This will tell us if this one third byte is telling us if the it's stable or if it's not. If check if unit is kg, bit 0, this tells us all about the unit and if it's stable or not. And now this one, this you may need to adjust this depending on your scale. All of these are dependent on what brand your scale is, or even if it's not a scale like a thermostat, for example. If it only advertises once you click on it, for example, you can copy over. You can ask the AI to change it according to your use case. And same, all of these things can be changed in that way. So and yeah, all of these things. This is for the logging. This is quite complex code. You can ask for the AI to generate this. That as I said before. And then this is sensor. This is the main part which is making the sensor. It's telling the weight, and then this is telling the battery percentage. This is telling if it's stable or not, and this is text last seen or status. And this is the time component from Home Assistant. Now we'll see how to upload this onto our ESP. Here you can also open CMD if you want. Now what you want to do, first of all, you want to make a directory. First of all, I'll cd back into my home directory, which will be your name. It should be automatically in there only. But if you are not, you can just do that. And then you can do mkdir and the name of your particular directory that you want to make. So I have already created this. So I'll go into cd esp, and you go if I do dir, and it will show all of the things that are inside of this directory. I have already created the main file which will have the YAML. But if you want to create the YAML file, what you have to do, you have to notepad and then write a name of the YAML file you want to create, like abcd dot YAML. And now this will create a file for the YAML, and it will open up a notepad where you can paste the code. Now what I want to do, I have to first of all do pip install ESP home. Keep in mind you want to already install Python 3.11 or any version higher than 3.11 or even 3.8 and higher. So what you want to do right now, you want to install the Python from Microsoft Store or anywhere or from online. And then what you want to do, you have to do pip install ESP Home. Once you will run it, it will start installing packages. I have already gotten them installed, so it's just saying requirement already satisfied, and it will collect the packages. For now, I'm terminating this because it's already installed. The next, what I need to do is, first of all, I have to CD to. I have already CD there, and then I have to run the program. So it will be ESP Home, and then run, and followed by the name of your thing. So alpha underscore scale. Let me just check the exact name. It was alpha underscore scale underscore bridge. Alpha underscore bridge dot YAML. Once I run this, you will see what happens. Yeah, so it will take its time. It will generate all of the sources and all. It will compile. It is compiling the app currently. You could also use the web version, or you can, if you have Home Assistant proper OS, HA OS running, then you can also connect the ESP Home to that and use the ESP Home add-on. But I have Home Assistant Core, and what I'm doing right now, I'm currently using my own laptop and then uploading it from there by connecting the ESP to my laptop. So you will see it will build all of these modules, building and release mode. It will tell you all of the packages it has installed and what it's doing. For you, it will take a little bit more time, but I've already compiled this, so that's why it took less time. And now I'll do. We have to remember that we had to use COM6. This will be automatically discovered. Keep in mind that hopefully you don't have any other accessories which use the COM ports connected. So this COM6 is my ESP. So once I do this one, it will now upload this to my ESP. So you can see it's writing to this. You just have to wait for a while. It takes some time. So at 64%, it's quite quick relatively, but yeah. And now it's at 100%. It will write all of it to the code, and now it is writing hard resetting with the RTS pin. Now what you want to do, you have to press Control C and stop it, and just do one thing. You want to press RST or reset button on your ESP board. Now let's open Home Assistant and configure this thing. So now, once you have opened up your Home Assistant, first of all, go to Settings, then go to Devices and Services, and go Add Integration. Search for ESP Home, and now Host. So this will ask for your host now. So what you want to do for now? First, I will close this and then open the terminal once again. Now, in this terminal, what we want to do, we have to remember in the code we had written. We have to search for. We have to remember the name we had given at the top under ESP Home. So what you can do, this thing, you have to just copy this thing from here where it had OTA. This is basically the IP address of this. First of all, to find the IP address, what we can do, we can just do this. Ping alpha dash scale the name dot local. Wait for it, and now you can see this. You have seen this IP address. Just copy this for now. Now paste in that IP address where it says host. So I have pasted and click submit. And now it has automatically discovered that bridge. And now click on 5 entity. You will see the entities button and go to weight. And you can see that we have the weight now. And what I'll do, I'll step on my scale and you will see the weight update in real time. So you can see it is, yeah, you can see there it is showing now 48.47 kg. And now you have successfully integrated your ESP device and your smart scale with Home Assistant. Hope you liked this video. I had to do a lot of research in order to make this work. Please like and subscribe.